Hey there, and welcome to How to Set Up HoneyBook. This is actually video number 3. So I'm going to encourage you to make sure you've watched video 1 and 2, as each one of these videos is going to build on each other. So this is a step-by-step guide on how to set up HoneyBook for success. So if you didn't watch the previous videos, let me just tell you, I got this idea from a consultant friend of mine who invested in HoneyBook, super excited to streamline her sales process, opened up the platform and thought, where do I even start? So this video series is actually walking her and anyone else through how to set up your HoneyBook from start to end and set it up for success. So this, like I said, is video number 3. Okay, video number 3, what we're focusing on are the beautiful, wonderful, dynamic, incredible SmartFiles in HoneyBook. Think of SmartFiles as kind of miniature websites or easy to compose websites that you'll be able to send to any lead or client, and they are highly dynamic, which means you can add text, images, videos, questions so that they're interactive. And have multiple pages wrapped up into one file to send off to your client with ease. So SmartFiles, we're going to dive in. We're going to learn all kinds of things about them. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Nicole. I am a systems strategist and a digital learning designer. I help mama coaches and consultants scale their businesses with simple systems, dynamite digital programs, and accountability in community. If you're interested in learning about any of those 3 things, check the description below and you'll find resources that will help you with each of those. Let's dive into what we're actually going to learn in part 3. So first, I'm going to take you through HoneyBook templates, where to find I think there's up to 88 HoneyBook templates that you can choose from as a starting place to start crafting your own SmartFiles. And I'm going to show you how to filter down those templates to find the one that's going to best suit your intention or purpose around that SmartFile. Next, I'm going to show you the building blocks. So there are blocks in your SmartFiles, and then there are different elements you can add to a block. So if you're familiar with how to build a website, it's going to be very similar to that. Otherwise, I'll walk you through how to set up, any kind of file you really want. That's the great part of SmartFiles. You can turn them to anything you want. The third component we're going to work through this video is pages and settings of SmartFiles. So there's a couple different things you want to make sure to set up, and also you can manipulate or change the different pages that are showing or displaying in that template you're starting with. So I'm going to go through essentially everything you need to know about SmartFiles so that you can get in there and really let your personality and branding show through. So your leads will be super excited to dive in and start discussing solutions with you. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the templates within HoneyBook. This is probably one of my favorite things that I found out about when I first started using HoneyBook is all of the templates that they actually provide for you that are fully designed, but also fully customizable. Let me show you exactly where they are. So over in the top navigation, you're going to go to Tools and you are going to find My Templates. My Templates are going to have all the templates that you've already been working on. But in order to find the HoneyBook templates, you'll go to the Template Gallery. And then on the left-hand side, you can find the filter. So you can filter down to the type of template SmartFile that you are looking for. You can also filter down to the industry. So if you are, let's say, a business consultant, that's perfect, and you want to share maybe pricing guides or service guides. So I usually actually when I build my Done For You Suite Sales System in HoneyBook, there is a component of the lead management system that I love to do, which is set up a contact form or lead form where the project type is identified. Then that lead can actually schedule a call based on the project type and the duration that that project type needs to have for the first introductory call. And then once that call has been scheduled, there's an automation in place that will send what I call a welcome kit. And that is essentially just a SmartFile that has an introduction page, getting to know you page, what else? Services that project type is most aligned to, as well as some client testimonials. So that lead stays really excited about getting to speak with you and talk with you about how you can actually solve their problems, since it's very clear you know what these problems can consist of and you have a solution for them. So I'm going to go in and find one of my favorite templates to use for that specific component of a sales system. Let's see, where is it? And I might need to filter down one more time to find my favorite one. Let me go to brochures. Sometimes the brochures have a good angle for that component as well. I think it's because it's on business consulting. So let me uncheck that one, and because I want to show you this one because I hope you guys use it. It's pretty much set up, ready, plug and play. So I want to make sure that you see it. Here it is. Okay, so it's the system setup, services, and overview. This might look familiar if you've worked with me on my other projects because I use something similar to this. But this is a great template to start with, especially if you have services that are productized, and that is always what I'm helping my clients move towards, is productize their service. So it's services built on an effective system versus just relying completely on them. So I'm going to select that template. Now, when you click on a template inside of HoneyBook, it allows you to see everything in that template before you start with it. So it can show you what it's going to look like desktop. It can show you what it looks like in mobile. It's interactive, so you can actually see what it's going to look like. Go back to desktop here at the top. You can see it's page 1 of 6 total pages. Use the drop-down menu. You'll find all of those pages, and you can click on the pages and actually see what they're going to look like. Very clean. I love this one so much. Also, the types of pages this template has is welcome friend, right? Introduction, the process of working with you, the services that you have. And again, these services, this whole smart file can be sent based on the project type. So the services would align. FAQs, getting to know you. So this is a questionnaire for them. So additional questions you might want to pull based on the project type. And then a thank you page, right? Super and easy and great to use. So if I want to use this one, I can just do a quick save if I'm not ready to go in and start editing it. And this template will be saved to my saved template folder. If I'm ready to edit the template, I'm going to select edit. And then the first thing it's going to ask is, do I want to apply my default branding theme? So I'm going to say, yep, let's go ahead and add it. Bottom left corner. So this is the current theme, text, colors, all that goodness. If I want to apply my company theme, which is one of the best components of HoneyBook, it instantly updates to my colors and my text. Save that, all updated. Okay, so now this is how you can use that updated template. Now let's go into the design components. Now let's talk about blocks versus elements. Okay, you want to think about your smart file as a mini website. So the blocks think about it as kind of like a Lego piece that you're stacking on one another to build out a page. Now within the Lego block, there are elements you can add to it. Okay, so first of all, let's figure out what a block can do and what you need it for. So if you want a section of your page to be for something specific, then you want to add a block. So a block, again, it's like a ribbon maybe, or a section of your page. So if I hover over any block, you're going to find the plus buttons that are right in the middle of the block. Hovering over it, it says add a block. When I select a block, you can tell what type of content that I want inside of that block. You can select the content type. You can also click on layouts. So layouts are fun because it's going to kind of design or position elements that are going to be in that block for you. So if you know that you're going to want to add a video and some text, or maybe questions and an image, maybe you're going to add a section of a questionnaire, multiple questions. Maybe it's going to be a form. Maybe you're going to do an image grid. I've used this for setting up HoneyBook accounts and making sure I have the right branding images that are aligned to how they want their brand to be conveyed or their company to be conveyed. So again, you can select any of these layouts and then get started. So if I said something like a splash image, essentially it's going to give me a background image. So if I click on the actual image itself, right? You can actually, there's multiple elements in here. So let me show you. If I hover over it without clicking anything, you can see the smaller rectangles inside of that block. This is a divider. If I click on any element, I'm going to get the adjustments on my right-hand side menu. So the divider is how you can make spacing. So if I want to say, you know what, I don't need that much space there. Then we have text. I can change that. It's keeping it white text because it knows you're going to put a picture underneath. So let me go ahead and click on the picture component and I can see, well, I can actually change that overall block to have 1 column, 2 columns, or 3. I'll keep it 1 for now. And I can, right now it has a background color over it. So it's going to dim that image, which is really nice for that writing to pop. And it has a opacity of 10 there. So if I'm going to choose an image, so again, you have your library here to pull from. So let's just say I'm going to use that image. You can replace it with a different image or you can crop it. So if I need to change the ratio, I can also customize that ratio. So I'm going to pull, I really only want maybe this portion. Okay, maybe I want to change that a little bit, a little more spacing there, and I'm going to hit apply. Now that is the portion that is showing, and now I can change this to a title and change this to text, right? I can also format this text however I want. So if I want this title to be much bigger, just like formatting anywhere, and you can always go to custom. So it's going to try to make it really quick and easy for you by giving you some preset font sizes. But if I want to make it much different or changing it from what it has available, I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's fun. So we just added a block, we changed the layout, we added a background image and changed the text here, formatting. Now the next thing I want to show you is how to add additional elements. So if I go inside of a block, and now I'll find the plus buttons over on the left-hand side. This is for adding elements. So if I select an element, I have 5 available elements to add. I can add more text, I can add an image, I can add a question, any type of question type. I can add a video or a divider if I'm needing to change that spacing. I can even make a divider that has some color to it or a line. And then once I toggle on that line, I can change the height of it, of course. I can change the overall background of the entire divider space. I can change the line color, so maybe I want it more brand aligned, thickness and width, right? So adding a little more design to that page. All right, so that is blocks versus elements. The last portion of this video, because I want you to be really comfortable with getting in here and designing your SmartFiles. This is a really fun part of creating a more systemized business, is looking at the pages and then the overall settings of the SmartFile. So with pages, I want to make you aware that if you created a page in another template that you're like, ooh, this would be perfect, I don't want to recreate that whole thing, then all you need to do is go to add pages, and it's going to show you all of the other templates that you have already created. It also allows you to filter down. So as you're creating new files and systemizing your business more and more, and you have certain files for certain project types for certain clients, right? You can actually filter down these templates to find that exact page that you want to pull into this template. So let's say, for example, this template has 5 pages here. I'm going to click on the arrow. It's going to show me every page that I have. Okay. And so I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to add my services and offering from this template, this has everything I need. And I'm not touching anything. It's just giving me a preview of what's on that page. So I'm going to select this one. I can actually select multiple or just click on one and it will just add it immediately. It drops to the bottom or the end page of your SmartFile. And I'm going to replace this one. So this one is part of the template. I don't want this one. I want the one I've already created. So I'm going to click the triple dots and click delete. Okay, permanently delete. Yes, please. Now you can move this page wherever you want. So hover over it, find the 8 dots, click, drag, and drop. Now my services page has been added to this template. Okay, what else can you do with pages? If you hover over and find the page settings, a couple different things you can do. You can rename this. You can change the entire background color. You can add a background color and change the opacity. You can change a background and add an actual image to the background versus just a white background or a colored background. So just a couple settings there. Now let's look at this big settings gear at the very top. This is the overall configuration of your SmartFile. So let's select that. A couple things I want to go over. First and foremost, you can rename this based on the type of SmartFile it is, right? So this is the overall file title. Next is the thumbnail. The one thing I wish HoneyBook would be able to update is what this template actually looks like after you've edited it. Right now it's showing what the template looks like. So what I suggest is look at your SmartFile. Let me exit out of here. Look at your SmartFile through preview. Take a screenshot of page number 1, right? Take a screenshot of this. Then leave preview, go back into settings and update if it looks drastically different, like this is not you in the picture, right? You want to update it with your picture, your text, then I would update this image with the new screenshot that you took. Because when a client goes into their portal to view your SmartFile you've sent to them, it's going to show them a preview image. And I don't want it to throw them off versus, what this looks like versus what yours actually looks like. Okay, so that is the title and thumbnail section. The next section is determining if you want your lead or client to need to log into their client portal in order to view that SmartFile. So for a SmartFile, something like a welcome kit, where if they're not quite a client yet, I'm still introducing them to my business, asking them questions, giving them more information. I would not be asking them to log into their client portal, but this is a personal choice. When it comes to their proposal that has a contract in it, it has invoices and payment portal in it, that's when I'm going to make sure that yes, you want to log into your secure client portal in order to access that SmartFile. So making that decision on this particular SmartFile, you can toggle the security login on and off. On or off. Next is redirect URL. So when they reach the end, the last page of your SmartFile, what do you want them to do? If you want them to go to another website of yours, maybe testimonials, maybe design examples, a portfolio, helpful resources, you can toggle this on and just copy paste a URL right there. Okay. Next is file expiration. So I love this feature because it's going to show your client as soon as they open up this file, they're going to say like, hey, it's going to expire in, next week by this date in 5 days. It's going to show them when the expiration date is, as long as you click this little box here. So I'm going to say, yeah, turn that on. It expires in 2 weeks. That's fine. 2 weeks after the file is sent, and I definitely want them to know that this file is going to expire, right? I don't want it to be a surprise for them. So I do recommend turning on file expiration. For one, it provides a little bit of urgency for a client or a lead to, check out what you have sent them. And it also safeguards you from if something changes in your business, maybe your pricing goes up, maybe how you are doing those services changes, you're not locked into a file that you've sent them because it has expired. So let's say that they try to open their file after it's expired. It will say, here's the actual expiration message that you can edit. So if I click on it, This file has expired. It's the name of the file. Want to reactivate it, contact me, and then your email. But you can change this. You can add whatever you would like. Okay. You can also preview it to see exactly what that client will see. All right. So that is pages and settings. Okay, so I hope that I showed you just how fun SmartFiles can be and all the different ways that you can start creating more systems in your business to elevate your client or lead experience, and also pre-build it all out and have it beautifully designed and really showcase the level at which they are working with, right? So I have created an ultimate HoneyBook setup checklist for consultants. This walks through all 3 main phases of doing your complete account setup. There is, for every phase, there is a full checklist, as you can see on the mock-up there. And then within each step of that phase, it links out to additional resources. So a tutorial or a step-by-step guide. So really robust. That's why I call it a guide and a checklist if you want to do this all on your own. If you are thinking, okay, Nicole, this looks really cool. I can see the potential, but I do not have time to completely set up my HoneyBook account, build out a full sales system, automations, thinking through client experiences, rethinking how you're packaging things, and you want an expert who's been doing this for a while to help you, I do have it done for you. I call it my Sweet Sales System with HoneyBook. You have a streamlined sales system you are super proud to present to your prospects, all done in 4 weeks flat. So you'll find a link down below if you want to learn more about that. I will see you in the next video.